My review of Dr. Stone, Chapter 130, Devil's Choice. And it's kind of weird that the opening page is a full color of Hyoga and Homura, and yet she doesn't appear at all in this chapter. I mean, assumed, Senku threw the whole robot fluid in the cage behind him, so enough would have gotten on her that she would have woken up too, but I guess not, yet they still put her on the cover. It's weird. And maybe she's still in the cage, just hasn't, bothered getting up yet. That would make a certain amount of sense. Still, there's just something weird about all this. And like I said last week, I thought that she was way more likely to join their side, and she liked cotton candy, so who knows. Anyway, yeah, so Hyoga wakes up, and they're all a little surprised by this. I mean, both sides, honestly. But, Moze and Ibarra kind of look at him confused, what's going on here? And Ibarra's like, wait a minute. That guy was in the cage, and he was made of stone. And that other guy, I'm fairly certain he was a statue that I broke into pieces. Oh, shit! At which point he realizes there's a good chance they can revive the master from his statue fragments, and he needs to get the hell out of there to go, petrify the island immediately. Of course, it's not actually anything to worry about because the master's been too degraded over time after he lost that good chunk of his face to be revived, but he doesn't know that, so he's running away okay, I have to fix this right now. And Magma tries going after him, but Moze just knocks him 20 feet away without even using a weapon. It's just a freaking punch that sends him flying. Once again, confirming just how ridiculously strong he is. So then Senku basically tells Hyoga that, okay, we need you to go take out Moze for us right now. And Hyoga's response is perfect. But I'm your enemy. Yes, you are. And this is just, confirming they are absolutely, completely, 100% screwed to the point where this is literally their only option. And Hyoga realizes that. She's like, okay, so I can join you and take over the Kingdom of Science, become your new god, or I can join Moze and his people and kill all of you. Decisions. And, oh god, poor Jen is having a complete mental breakdown trying to figure out the proper way to convince Hyoga to join their side. And his big idea is, Nikki, make him fall in love with you. No! Oh, that is such an absolutely bad idea. It's actually hilarious. I mean, she agrees to do it, but as she says, she'd rather, her first declaration of love be to someone she actually loves. I really forget what a romantic she is sometimes. She's such a weird character. I really do love her. Of course, he says this really loudly, so Hyoga heard all of this and basically tells him, close that slimy mouth of yours. And Jen begs for his life, but no, Hyoga actually values the Silver Tongue because Jen is a very useful pawn that, because, I mean, no matter, who's in control, if they have Jen on their side, they're probably going to win. To really, convince Moze to join their side, I mean, that ended very poorly, but his skills at that were still very impressive. But Hyoga was also impressed at Nikki, even though she did not want to do that whatsoever, she was still willing to act. Which just shows, he respects their strength. And his only real problem for not joining them is Senku, because his whole, I want to save all of humanity thing. Well, Hyoga is more for a calling, only save the best of the best, the goods, the people who can be bred to form a master race. Oh, that sounded wrong to say. But yes, that's his big plan. And of course, Moze agrees, yeah, of course, I'm all for that. While thinking, I'm definitely going to murder you in your sleep. He even explains, we actually do that now, Only the hottest of the hot hotties get to reproduce for, hey, if you join me, you can have your own harem. And you just gotta love Ryu at this point. Haha, what childish thinking, Moze. Every woman is a beauty in her own right. Don't you get that? That's why I desire every woman in the world has to offer. What the freak kind of line is that? In the middle of this, you're like, that's why, in the middle of this whole tense struggle, Ryu just I want to sleep with all the women of the world. Why? Of course, then Mo's oh, but I just mean the attractive women. That's all that I really value in life. which is enough for Hyoga to decide, yeah, I'm not teaming up with you. Because even if neither of them really consider Nikki to be a hottie, by the classical definition, she's still a very strong, powerful woman who's willing to do unpleasant tasks in order to accomplish her mission. And that makes her incredibly valuable, and that makes her someone that Hyoga would consider part of their new master race. Again, I had to say that. So, yeah, that's when he decides, alright, I'm teaming up with Senko. And just this page here is probably one of my favorites in all of manga history. He just says, Dear Senku, left. And without hesitation, without thinking about it, Senku's like, alright, and he just leans back. I mean, that is a act of absolute faith right there. That is honestly beautiful. It works so well. So then the full-on battle between these two begins, and I'm just so excited to see this in the anime. It's going to be freaking awesome. But Moze is pretty surprised by just how overwhelmingly strong Hyoga is, because this is probably the closest he's ever come to having his, meeting his match. And then we finally see Hyoga's face. He has very feminine lips. And he just looks a little weird to me, honestly. But he makes a nice declaration. Truth is, they've done well. They're my allies, after all. Which, good moment there. I mean, he's still not on board for Senku's whole let's save everyone plan, but he respects the people who are currently there, the allies of his, for their own skills, their own strength, their own abilities that they have, and maybe eventually, over time, he can come to realize everyone has potential and abilities, and through the proper training, they can all rise up to become a superior race. Why do I keep saying that? I really have to stop saying that. Anyway, it looks like Hyoga might actually win against Moze. That's definitely interesting. Meanwhile, Kurosami is just arriving on the boat. And what's more, Ibarra gave her an order. An order that seems to have surprised her, that she's taken aback by. He says, we'll envelop the entire island, and right after that... So I'm kind of curious what his big next step is going to be. Is it just going to be to petrify everyone on the boat because, most of them have already fled, and... Or is it going to be, then we're going to take out Moze because he's going to betray us anyway, or... Not sure. I mean, he still needs to, go destroy the statue so that it can't get revived ever again. Oh yeah, the statue is also fully fixed and is on its way, so that's a whole other story. Kind of curious what's going to happen with that, honestly. Kind of feel like, Kurosami's going to hesitate for a second, and then that moment they're going to show up like, hey, look, it's a master statue. Ibarra lied to you. That means you're on our side. Kinda. Oh, also, this is the master's son. So you're definitely on our side now. I mean, once they show up with, Soyuz and can confirm more or less that he's the son of the last master, Kurosami is definitely joining their side, and will probably be like his loyal slave or something. That'd actually be pretty funny. I'd like to see that. But, let me think down below. Hyoga has joined their side. Is it temporary? Is he going to betray them? What's his big plan? Where the frig is Homura? What's she doing? Is she still made of stone? That would be weird to me. And will Kurosami obey Ibarra's orders, or is she going to figure out, the master's long since dead? Let me know what you think down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then,
peace.